Good day, everyone. How y'all doing? It's my weekly outlook for the week of Sunday, October 12th. Today is Monday, October 13th, 2025. I'll be going over four major pairs that I trade: AU, EU, GU, and UJ. Starting off with AU, my buy, say sell. Looking at this trend here compared to the previous trend, this lets me know that I'm in an impulse. So that's my that's my buy's direction. Selling. Now, what's going on right now is the market is in a pullback, right? The pullback could still be in effect, right? And I identified a few areas that the market could pull back to before continuing lower. Now, one thing that I need to keep in mind though is that the market does continue to pull back um, higher than where it is right now. Then, in order for me to say that the sell is continuing, I need to break structure, and this is a potential area of structure. I mean, price has to play out and present itself first before me, actively saying that. Though. Alternatively, though, this could be simply the pullback here, and then the market could just continue selling from the price point that was already at. Moving on to EU. Also, my bias here, they sell. Um, this trend compared to this trend, this current trend is within this trend here. So this is a correction to this impulse here. So the market is buying right now, right? But the overall bias is still a sell. In order for the sell to confirm, it would need to break this structural point here. This was the last low that made the high, and another thing that I have in mind though is that this is a very strong area right here that the market was at last time. But nonetheless, again, my bias is still a sell. I did get a small correction here, and if price does break this structural area here, market could continue selling. Moving on to GU, the bias here is also a sell. The current trend compared to the previous trend, that's my reason. This trend has exceeded this trend, so therefore I consider this an impulse. And as of right now, what's going on? The market has broken structure. So the market is price. It's actually buying right now, right? Now it's a few different scenarios that can play out, right? It can be price could have reached this point, um, and then actually continue selling lower. It's not ideal for me. Ideally, what I would like to see though is if the market continues to correct a little bit higher, right? I've identified a few areas where the market could stop at. Now, if the market does stop at these areas, again, I don't have a firm structure level, right? But price will need to ultimately break the structural level, the structural point that was created in this uptrend for continuing lower, and look something like this, right? Break structure, retest, and then continue lower. Last but not least, I have UJ, right? My bias here is also a sell. Now, I need to clarify that this is yen futures. All of the pairs have been futures um, that I've analyzed today. So this is inverse. This is inverse. We can correlate it, right? So on the actual USD JPY, this would be buying. But since I'm looking at yen futures, this is actually selling. So that's one big thing to keep in mind. Now, looking at this trend compared to this trend, why my bias say sell. Like I said, it is buying at the moment though. Now, there are plenty of areas where the market could stop it in this huge trend. But again, as of right now, the market is buying, so it could continue higher several places before turning around, and it might not actually turn around. Might not turn around within this week. That's one thing to know. Uh, but buy instantly sell and these are some of the areas of the market that stop at. Now, when it stops at these areas, of course, I'll need to have some confirmation and then see the market potentially continue selling. That is my outlook for this week. Thank you all for listening.